don't just think, but connect. For hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you. For friendships that anchor you. For courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Bassar University, where you stand for what matters.
When news breaks, we are already there. Welcome to Prime TV2 Zambia, the channel that never sleeps. From community stories in your backyard to national headlines shaping the country and sports and international updates that keep you ahead, we bring it all to your screen. 24/7 news, fast, reliable, unmatched. Catch us on Topstar, channel 110. Watch live on Facebook, PTV2 Zambia. Prime TV2 Zambia, your window to the nation, your gateway to the world.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching the Sunrise Breakfast Show, coming to you live on Topstar channel 110, and we're streaming live on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, that is PTV2 Zambia. Now, of course, the Electoral Commission of Zambia has assured the nation that it will strictly adhere to the constitutional provisions during the forthcoming delimitation exercise, which will see the creation of 70 additional constituencies across the country. The ECZ commissioner, in a brief held in Ndola, explained the increase in constituencies based seats from 156 to 226 is in response to population growth, demographic changes, and the need to enhance equitable representation. We'll be having joining us for a conversation and an update on this is one of our reporters and staffer, Derrick on the Copperbelt. Derrick, good morning. How are you and welcome to the breakfast show today?
Good morning. Thank you. I'm fine. How are you doing and how is Lusaka this morning?
Quite chilly. It's drizzling. Is it drizzling in Copperbelt today?
Yeah, it is actually since last night and through this morning, and we still seem to have serious cloud covers almost the entire region. So probably I think it's a rainy day for us here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Our simple report that will give an update to the nation. What concerns dominated stakeholders in the discussion?
Well, like as it of yesterday, during the official kickstart of the briefing that was chaired by Vincent Mkanda, retired, that's Commissioner General for ECZ in Ndola district, and of course this is during the provincial briefing on the 2026 inspection of the provisional register of voters and constituency delimitation. So as of yesterday, we only saw the full participation of the council officials, and of course here dominated by the town clerks, who are also in the same place, the district electoral officers. And of course, they were just being briefed on the just ended the mass voter registration as to the totals that were registered, and also the cleanup exercise that is yet to be completed. But then also suffice to mention that issues of delimitation also came up, but not to say there were serious concerns or there were concerns that came through from the stakeholders, because yesterday the commission was only dealing with the officials from the councils around the Copperbelt province, and these are the district electoral officers as well as the town clerks and their officers, just to give them a brief as to how far the commission has gone and the target that has been set to ensuring to see to it that this process is actually achieved within the stipulated period time frame that the ECZ is actually looking forward for.
Okay, so why expand their constituencies now?
According to what was mentioned yesterday, according to the reasons as to why expanding the constituencies, and of course, as you've mentioned earlier on, that there will be 70 additional constituencies, and this process must be completed, and the new constituencies will be published in the Gazette, taking effect on 15th of May 2026, when Parliament stands to dissolve. I think this comes with the geographical realities on the ground around the country in these areas where they have deemed fit to have new constituencies actually be created, and also looking at the geographical aspects as well as population increase. And suffice to mention also to look at issues of development is one of the things that has been cited to say, wow, once one big constituency, let's say for example Fanyama is one of the vast constituencies around here on the Copperbelt province, and it is also receiving the same national cake that these other constituencies are receiving. Let's say they are not big in size as compared to Lufanyama. So if Lufanyama is to be delimitated into two, so meaning Lufanyama will now have two constituencies, and at the end of the day it will have its own Lufanyama West and Lufanyama East to have its own chunk of resources. Thereby, if they are to be put together, development to actually get to be realized much faster as compared to how it is in certain areas where you've got these big constituencies. So I think development also is one of the aspects that has actually come out so strong on the ground to say, well, if this is done, then I think we're going to see things that change in terms of our road network, in terms of construction of schools, hospitals, mention it, among others.
Okay. That many may want to ask and want to know, how will the ECZ then safeguard against political manipulation?
Well, I think on this one, the commissioner, talk of Vincent Mkanda, retired Major General, did stress actually the point to the officers, talk of the district electoral officers, as these are the town clerks at the same time, to say once this process is actually on a full gear in terms of implementation, because there'll be full consultation of stakeholders as well as engagement. He emphasized on the issues of a full engagement, as I've mentioned, to stakeholders, and also issues of transparency and inclusivity. Make sure that everyone is not left behind. Views from all corners of these areas where they have deemed fit that these delimitations should be conducted. People should be fully engaged. Talk of the traditional leaders, the church, the ordinary man on the ground, the civil society organizations. All those people have to come on board, and they have to add their words. They have to put in their input as to why they feel it is actually important to have this place or this constituency be delimited. And the issue of transparency was one of the major serious issues that were emphasized, to say there must be transparency and there must be full engagement, as well as inclusive in terms of having everyone on board. So I think if at all these things that were mentioned are to be put on the table and be followed, I don't think there will be any issues of manipulation for whatsoever, because everyone will be on board and everyone will be engaged and everyone will follow the process according to how the ECZ is actually looking forward to have this process implemented.
And finally, what role should citizens play in the monitoring process?
Well, I think when we talk of roles and responsibilities of us citizens or citizens out there, it's a matter of being active and, of course, be on the ground to participate. Whenever the ECZ is on the ground, whenever they have called for such a stakeholders engagement to say, come, this is the issue that we need to discuss, members of the general public need to come on board and they need to come out in numbers to participate, so that they can also voice out and they can also give in their take to ECZ as to this is the reason why we feel this constituency should be delimited or should not be delimited. Because if at all they remain behind, at the end of the day, they'll be the ones again who say we are not involved. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as the ECZ is concerned, they have come up on the ground, and they will come up with all these stakeholders engagements where they will engage the members of the general community at different levels, at different locations, different places, to ensure that they fully participate and also have their voices heard on this process.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Have a productive day, same. All right, dear viewers, that was an update from the Copperbelt on the delimitation and the brief that was had yesterday in Ndola. We'll take a short break. There's a lot coming your way. Don't go away.
That's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me,
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Chas Brook Bassar University, where you stand for what matters.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Sunrise on the Prime TV2, and of course we're coming to you live on Topstar channel 110, also on our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. Do not forget to visit our website as well, that is PTV2 Zambia, and check out some of the programmings that we have right here on Prime TV2. Now, the 13th of February is a date that is proclaimed by UNESCO to celebrate Radio Broadcast Day and, of course, improve international cooperation among radio broadcasters and also encourage decision makers to create and provide access to information through radio, including community radio. And today, World Radio Day is being celebrated under the theme Radio and Artificial Intelligence. I'm now joined by Philemon Mwansa Chisanga. Though it sounds a bit funny to call you that, I don't even know that your name is actually Philemon.
Serious.
But you are known as PMC to your listeners and your viewers as well. Of course, you are managing the institution Joy FM, which is our sister media institution. Yeah. All right. So now let's begin by, getting into this conversation. What does World Radio Day mean to you?
World Radio Day basically is a reminder that radio still remains the most accessible and trusted media. Even in the digital era, radio is basically has continued to make sure that it informs and educate the public. So there's nothing that we can take away from radio, because radio is still a powerful tool that I know even now radio still plays a very big role. Yeah.
So over the years you have been commemorating this particular day. How have you been celebrating World Radio Day?
So we, for example, for Joy FM, we go back into time. We remind our listeners why radio still stands out until now. We go as far as, if you know, Joy FM has been in existence for a while now, for more than a decade. So it's been there. We go back, we get in touch with former radio personalities just to get to find out the challenges that they used to have way back compared to now. They will tell you saying way back it was a bit tricky because it's not as digital as it is now.
Yeah.
Because now someone can just send a song via email. Way back, someone has to come through to the studio physically to submit their music. So a lot has changed, a lot is evolving, and now it's super easy because as radio keeps on evolving, technology is making it easier, even the way things are being done now. So as JFM, when we get to celebrate World Radio Day, is a day that we just get to look at how far we are coming as far as the radio is concerned.
Now, would you say that, you talked about technology, but would you say that AI is a threat or a tool for radio that we can actually take advantage of?
I've always said this. AI is a tool, okay, not a threat. Okay, so radio is us human beings. AI is an artificial intelligence. So, you know how we human beings, in as much as AI might be made in a certain way, but human beings have a certain way of how to play with emotions. There's an authentic way on how us human beings will make sure that everything is done. You and I, we know that AI can assist with maybe some few things. Maybe when we talk about production, we talk about research, we talk about a few things, but cannot replace the live presenters, like what we're doing right now. If our job was not that important right now, AI would have been doing the job, but we're here speaking to the viewers because there's a role that human beings will never be replaced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you know, we are in the world of social media where people are entertained by social media, get information first from social media before they turn on the radio or the TV. Because obviously the first thing that we do is check our phones, what's trending and what not. Now, with the young people, how does radio remain relevant to that particular audience, the Gen Zs, the young people?
The Gen Zs, the young people, it's a situation where, in as much as they have technology with them, they have social media, there's always a doubt of information. Maybe it's not true, maybe it's false.
Yeah.
I still have friends of mine in my age that still want to listen to the story on TV, still want to listen to the story on radio, because they believe saying radio or TV, there's no way they're going to give a false information if it's not true. Only information that is truth. And now there's an era where we have bloggers who are there just to get numbers, get views. So now no one knows whether the bloggers are, what they're posting is true or false. And we still go back to radio or TV, where you need to make sure that you get the correct information. So the youths that mostly know saying it's important that in as much of other information, you have people that want to get all this information that people are posting because of numbers. They still go back and just say, I need to listen to this story on radio.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain breakdown. That story is going to be digested, broken down, and the story is going to be said in a certain way that they can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, PMC, let's take you back a little bit in time. What really interested you in joining radio? And please tell us about your first experience on radio.
I love radio because people are not able to see me. I love radio. I can walk with slippers. No one's going to pay attention how I'm looking. I loved radio because radio is about the voice, not the face. I love radio because radio was the first thing that I would say it helped shape how I should speak, how I sound, how I play with emotions of people. Because if you are sad on radio, people are able to tell that you're sad.
Yeah.
If you are not feeling well, people are able to say, una flu, you're not feeling well. But for TV, it's where they have to see how you're interacting with them. And I remember when I was introduced with radio from my late dad, by the way. He used to take me to my grandfather, who was a radio personality, where he used to work at the certain radio station. So when we went there, just you know, where when you're young, parents don't know that whatever that they're doing in our lives, they shape on how we start liking the media, bit by bit. And I was a huge fan of music. So I felt like there's a way that I needed to contribute in terms of how some certain things are supposed to be done. So I started asking a lot of questions from my uncle. Asking a lot of questions. What radio is about? What does it take for me to be a radio presenter? And I started doing a lot of research before the AI, before the all these things that are there. I started doing a lot of research. I started recording, where my father would buy a new cassette. I will pretend like I'm presenting you know that thing where I was recorder, like you're presenting. And listen to the likes of DJ Dazo, it's bang it on radio. So it was interesting, and it got me in trouble a lot with my father, because imagine new tape by maybe Winston Moyo. Then he comes back, wants to listen to his music, only to find that the son was recording himself. So it got me in a lot of trouble until I found myself on radio one day.
Right. So how would you say radio has impacted your life as PMC?
It has really changed my life, because not just being on radio, I told myself saying, if I'm going to be on radio, I have to be the change that Zambia has to see. So what I did first is I told myself I need to promote Zambian music 100%, which I did when I clocked 10 years in the industry, pushing the industry and making sure that at least we change the perspective where people believe anything foreign is quality, anything local is not quality.
Yeah.
So it's like when an international artist comes in Zambia, the way they are perceived and in comparison with our local artist is very different. So I feel like if we don't love our own, we're not doing anything at the end of the day. So my last 10 years promoting Zambian music was basically for me just to push people to fall in love with Zambian music. So I personally tried that, and I've been trying that just to show people saying, yo, if you love your own, this is how your own are going to be celebrated. And in that period of time, I saw the respect I got, even the people that I used to look up to, every time they meet you, there's a type of recognition that you get, despite the other few challenges that we have in the industry. But I feel like there's something, anyone that gets to love their own first, there's something that it just gives you a sense of fulfillment.
Absolutely.
When you're doing just something. Just like our first Republican President, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, fighting for Zambia. It's something that even much as we are going to love other things, it will still bring us back home and just say, what have I done for my country? Yeah.
And you're doing a great job, PMC.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We definitely commend you for your
Thank
great
you.
works of promoting Zambian music. Now, what should audiences expect from Joy FM in 2026 and on Wild Radio Day, to be specific?
Okay, so there are a few things that we're working on. Now, as like I said, we're changing, we're evolving. It's no longer just about now being the voice behind the microphone. Now it's about trying to be live on Facebook, trying to expand a bit. Now we're trying to talk to Prime TV2 to engage with us and try to broadcast some of the shows that we have on radio. So as we celebrate days like this, it tells us saying there are few things that we need to work on that we feel like, okay, we didn't do this last year. How about we work on these few things? So this year after World Radio Day, hopefully, the viewers are going to be seeing some of the shows on PTV2.
Yeah.
And also just to see your favorite presenters on TV while they present and while they showcase what they do behind the cameras.
Yeah.
And also the business entities. The word to them is that advertise your business to Joy FM. It's a station that has been there for the longest time. It's a station that has everything: youthful, governance, entertainment, it believes in your own. And once you just advertise, you even see the coverage also. And also with the growth, if you cannot access Joy FM maybe when you're in Zambia, we also have a website. Okay, we also have a website. We just launched our website, so you can go and search for our website or go on Joy FM Zambia Facebook page. We'll give you details on how you can be able to access our website, which is a very exciting thing also, just to see which program you can be able to advertise your business, which program do you feel like suits your business, and make sure that your business grows.
Absolutely. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing some of the shows from Joy FM being aired right here on PTV2. But anyways, thank you so much, PMC, for your time and for talking to us about World Radio Day and for sharing what exactly Joy FM has to offer today and for the rest of the year.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to more and looking forward to collaborate with Prime TV2.
Absolutely. All right, so today we did have an amazing breakfast show. I hope that you enjoyed every bit of it. We did have some amazing stories in our news, and of course, one or two things to pick out from the stories is that we are still having quite a number of high cases of GBV, and of course, these are leading to deaths, and it's quite sad to see that these stories are still on the rise. And of course, we also did talk about World Condom Day, which we are commemorating today, as well as it is Valentine's Eve and World Radio Day. So that sums up today's edition of the Sunrise Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rhoda Mlenga, and on behalf of my co-host Dominic and the entire production crew, it is goodbye and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bushe mwalikwata Top Star Decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutila mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanyekanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembira nsuma mu mishi yenu.
Yes, everything's fine. It's a nice day. And that he was turning back now. That this was as far as he wanted to go. That he didn't like it anymore and that it was difficult. I still remember him clearly. He was standing there like Charlie Chaplin with a big ice axe, leaning on one leg, and he was very, very friendly. He actually did turn back and wound up coming